Hello.
Hello. It's Trails in the Sky time.
It is.
And we're going somewhere new. Probably. Definitely. And I'm excited.
Good.
Oh, and we met a duplicitous girl.
Wearing a school uniform. And then
Whichever.
not wearing a school uniform.
Wait, that
hang on.
sounded weird.
Estelle, are you in there?
Joshua?
Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin.
That sounds so good. I'll come down later. So why don't you two go on ahead and eat?
Alright. Well, make sure to come down before your food gets cold.
Schera's their dad now. The Wheel of Fortune card. Again. Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. The fake or fortune card. Where's Estelle?
She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite.
I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would.
It's not surprising she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father.
I agree.
So what do you think about all of this, Schera? Is it an accident or an incident?
To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is. Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is, an airliner along with your father has gone missing.
In other words, what you're trying to say is that things that shouldn't have happened, happened. Right?
Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out. Man, it sure smells good down here. I can't stand it any longer.
What?
Estelle? Are you okay? I'm so hungry I thought I was going to pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit! Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavour really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua.
Well, thanks.
Come on, Schera, don't you sit there too? Do you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose that's about 20 years old in there. Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old too?
Schera, what do you think you're doing?
Sorry, Estelle. I'm going to have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room? You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper. Huh? Oh, right, I was just looking for some extra underwear. I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favourites because it was stuffed in the back of one of the drawers.
Underwear?
Oh, and a set of gear for travelling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone. So I figure as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about. So what you're saying is you intend to head to Boza to find your father? Well, duh, that's a no-brainer. And while I can't imagine anything bad happened to him, despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me, so I'm going to go and check things out for myself.
You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but
What? You're so rude, Joshua. But you are coming along too, right?
Of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been cancelled until the army finishes their search. It seems like the only way to Boza is on foot.
Walk to Boza, huh? Wonder how long that's gonna take. For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well. Really? You'll come with us? But are you busy with a bunch of other jobs? Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly think I'd just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to? I'm going to talk to Einar and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member.
I'm pretty sure there's only one other member of this guild, so of this particular branch, so he's just gonna have a lot of jobs all of a sudden.
Good luck, that person.
Yeah, he's carrying probably still some jobs left over from Cassius, plus Schera's jobs, plus any other jobs that might come up.
Schera,
We really appreciate this, Schera.
you really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Oh well. Since Schera's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident.
We appreciate you coming with us.
Myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I'll need to explain the situation to Einar. And whoever the other bracer is.
Especially him.
I haven't seen him, have I?
He's been mentioned. I don't know if you have.
I understand the situation now. To be frank, though, with Sherazade taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything. I really appreciate this, Einar. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone.
Oh, that's it.
He should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? Don't worry, if things get too hectic, I'll ask the help from the Groundsel branch. By the way, Sherazade, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk with you about the job you were going to do. Sure, no problem. Estelle, Joshua, could I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute.
Understood.
Schera, if we're going to be waiting, would you mind if we did it out in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself. Got it. Come on, Joshua.
Sure.
Clock tower, clock tower. I don't know what's going on.
Ah, it's 9 o'clock. Good to know.
Good.
Erected in partnership with the Liberl royal family, Septian Church, and Roland City. 1075, okay. Septian calendar 1192. Destroyed during the 100 Days War, when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. Septian calendar 1197. Rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Every time I see this clock tower, I always think, they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You can sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this. Estelle?
Joshua? What do you think about going out with me and waiting until Schera shows up?
You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind.
Okay, come on. Now they just need to sit on the edge and have ice creams. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey look, Joshua, we can see the house from here.
It's just off screen. You're right. I can see the roof. But do you want to tell me what's going on, since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place.
I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here. Because this is the place when my mum died.
What?
Oh no. 10 years ago, during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Roland, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender. This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I had hardly a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favourite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free, after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, a part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her.
Estelle.
But today is okay, right? Relying on her just this once. Asking her to bring Dad home safely. Asking her to protect him.
Of course it is. And don't worry. Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him. So there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you. You can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too.
Joshua.
You know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side, as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you've always got mine. So... Huh?
Joshua, you're trying too hard. You shouldn't say things like that so lightly.
What do you mean?
If I were any other girl, I would have totally misinterpreted your intentions just now. You are seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future. I'm already starting to get worried.
Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you?
Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now.
I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was worth looking like a complete fool. You're unbelievable.
Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So, how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Schera's waiting for us.
You're probably right.
Classic jokes from Estelle. Mum, I finally realised why I want to become a bracer. It's so I could become strong and protect others just like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again. Aww. These crazy kids. And Schera. The two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why? My cheeks even feel a bit hot just thinking about it.
What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us?
Give me some credit, will you? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbal camera to get a shot of that view.
Come on.
What are you trying to say, Schera? That's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kind of like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine.
Let's not get into that.
What's with the sigh? You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there? Yeah. I even asked her to watch over Dad. I see. Then I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed. I think you may be giving her a little too much credit.
Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother before, right, Schera?
Yeah, when I was a child. I was still in a troupe at that time.
A troupe?
Yeah, a troupe in a travelling circus. Schera was a dancer. Oh, it was a long time ago. We first met when she came to Roland with the circus. 12 years ago, to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. And because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head out for Boza? With airliner flights cancelled, we'll just have to make our way to Boza the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Vert Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Boza region.
The Vert Bridge is located at the east end of the Milch main road.
It looks like we're all set, so let's go! Yay.
We're not entirely all set.
Oh, we have to go to the shop.
I have to get some slots open.
Oh, hell yes! So, Schera is 7 years older than... So she is 23?
She's 23, yeah.
Oh, wow, I thought she was older than that.
Yeah, so did I, actually. I'd forgotten how young she is.
God.
Okay. She
She's-
can't open any slots.
I thought that she was like sexy older lady, but 23 is not an older lady.
No. Yeah, it's weird. She kind of has that vibe, but also she's like several years younger than I am. Oops.
Yeah, I was like comparing her to Manuela from Three Houses last stream and everything.
Hmm.
And Manuela's age is question mark. Is I think it says mystery actually.
Yeah. Any new weapons? Probably not until we get to Boza. We did like kill a monster last time, so I'm gonna see. Do we get anything for that? Oh, we do.
Ah. Good work. It seems you completed your objective without any trouble. Will you finish any other jobs? Please come back and report again. That's just the thing she says every time,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's the everyone performed exceedingly well.
Oh yeah, but I said that every time because Soren is
true.
a legend.
I mean, we could go around and talk to everyone in town, but I do kind of a little bit want to get on with the plot. I mean, it's a tricky balance because I do really like the reactive NPCs in these games, and it's like one of the key features of the games. But also, get on with things.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's speed this pointless battle up.
Yeah. It's cool to see how quickly you can get rid of enemies that you were fighting.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm looking for a certain chest.
Chills.
I've got a score to settle with that chest.
Yeah, it should be there, right?
Here it is.
Yeah. Take this, monsters.
Now that I can hit more than one of them at once. Fortunately, Joshua can't, but...
He's doing his best. I like how Estelle just completely ruined his serious moment for him. I support her. She's funny.
Yeah, I'm sure I've said this before, but I really like Estelle.
I think she's cool. feels kind of rare and special to have a girl protagonist as well. In like anything.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
They were doing some family bonding. Even the whole town like wants them to get together. I like this music.
That's that there. Let's move out.
There's like a particular bit of that music that goes burr, 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 which is like the best bit.
Ooh, I think.
Topaz talisman.
You open the empty chest and stare inside. This chest stares back accusingly.
Oh, isn't that like Nietzsche or something?
The abyss thing?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember these things. It can be useful. There are certain accessories that, like, make your attacks and defense, like, element-based, so that you gain, like, strengths and weaknesses against particular monsters.
Oh, okay.
And it's a bit of a double-edged sword, as you can imagine. It's kind of... It's something that the series kind of stops doing after possibly this game or possibly the one after.
Okay.
And I kind of understand why.
Yeah, I don't know if that would really be that helpful.
Yes, please.
Did you just run back to the shop?
Yep. I realised I had enough septium now to open a slot.
Slot? Schera will be pleased.
She's very into the old slots.
That's what I hear. She's very into sauce.
Mm.
And it's a couple of different meanings there.
Yes. That's a very weighty pun.
Thank you. I only wield the most devastating puns.
I'm just running straight down this road, no distractions.
Cool.
Because I think we've looted all the chests anyway. And all the time we spent looking for that bloody plant monster. Is the sound okay, by the way?
Yeah, it was. I'll check again. It was when I first.
Yeah. I like to check a few times just when different things are going on. It's good. Nope.
I think it sounds okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I just couldn't hear like anything else whilst there. I think but we're maybe a little bit quiet in comparison to the game.
Oh, okay.
But only a tiny, tiny bit. I'll keep listening and just see where we go. Private Harold.
Oh, a book.
Mm.
Oh, it's Carnelia.
Oh,
Did we find chapter 1 at any point? I'm not sure if we did.
Do we get a cool story?
Apparently not. Yeah, there's whole novels in these books.
Oh my god, what?
Yep.
Should I read it?
If you like.
Or, okay. The train station. Hello there, Toby. You've come at just the right time. Greeting me with these words, Mick shuffled slightly in his seat behind the counter. The baked confectionery he had been eating was ever so carefully placed atop his lap to prevent it from falling onto the floor. He smacked both of his powdered sugar-covered hands together with a clap, and a cloud of white particles puffed into the air. The smell of sweet spices and baked apple pervaded the dimly lit shop. We had an item dropped off no more than a few minutes ago, he continued. Turning in his seat, Mick reached back and snatched up something wrapped in old magazine paper off the shelf, tossing it to me. Knowing full well I wouldn't get any sort of answer, I asked anyway. "What do we have this time?" Laying out my railway and airship tickets, Mick ignored my question and said, "Make sure this gets to the same place as always." In his slow drawl, he added, "It would be in your best interest to keep your involvement to a minimum by leaving the business side of things to me and so focusing solely on getting the job done, Toby." He leaned back in his chair and
His slow drawl, in which he speaks at 3/4 speed.
I don't know how to do a drawl. He leaned back in his chair and let out a deep sigh, the balls of his fingers kneading the bags under his eyes. Then once again, his large hand extended down toward the unattended cake resting on his leg. Before the sweet treat could reach his watering mouth, I had already made my way out the door of his tiny shop. As I walked, the wastepaper bundled package bounced around inside the folds of my bag. By the feel of its shape and weight as it beat steadily against my side, I concluded that the object in my possession was probably just more swag. It didn't make me nervous to know what it was that I was carrying, for I had done this type of job many times before. And no matter what kind of trouble I found myself wrapped up in, I had always managed to come out unscathed. In truth, my experience on the job had made me tough, and I had become well versed in the art of orbal magic. So it was that when I laid eyes on that rough-looking trio at the station, I felt no more knots of uneasiness in the pit of my stomach than was necessary for someone of my abilities. The platform for the train bound for Liberl was a bustle with passengers waiting its eventual arrival. Seeing that the benches were so crammed full of people that they could have very well been a tin of packed sardines, I resigned myself to standing near the entrance as I patiently waited for the train to come in. Twisting my body in order to move the bag to my other shoulder, I noticed the figures of two men. Heads bent together and conversing in an inaudible tone, they stood just beyond the ticket gate, right about where the horse head of the imperial emblem lay embedded in the ground in a grand mosaic of tiles. After a short interim, another man approached and joined in the conversation. From my own perspective, this was one ragtag group that I most certainly couldn't have given a passing grade to based on looks. Rude. All three were extremely well built and sported the same haircut. To put it mildly, they stuck out in the crowd like a bunch of sore thumbs. Making sure to avoid eye contact with them as they glanced in my direction, I slung my bag back onto my shoulder and ever so calmly reached my hand into my pocket and ran the tips of my fingers across the surface of my orbment. A woman's voice reverberated within the walls of the station, notifying the passengers that the train had arrived. The low rumble of an orbal engine could be felt in the distance, and after a few moments a large vehicle was seen rolling up on the shoulder, where the bag is. I muttered to myself, "All is well," but the sound of my voice was drowned out by the din of the massive machine. Brakes screeched, and the flash of black light reflected off the surface of the giant iron beast as it came sliding in across the rails. The immense vibration in the air emanating from the moving locomotive at its epicenter let me know that the orbal engine had been put into full reverse in order to decelerate and bring the train to a grinding halt. While being shoved to and fro by the waves of impatient travellers flooding out of the waiting area, I was swept toward one door of a passenger car. As we passed by the conductor, I saw another glimpse of the ticket gate. The men who were once there were now gone, and the only thing that remained was the profile of the horse made of glossy tiles, glaring back at me in a shade of deep crimson.
It's a hunts.
Whoa, that book had a lot of very long sentences.
It sure did, yeah.
The horse stared at me with its crimson orbs.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think, deliberately a bit overwritten. Well, if it isn't Estelle. And Joshua too.
Hello, Mr. Ashton.
It's been a while since we last met. Yes, it has. So I've heard my boy Luke caused you a lot of trouble, did he? I'm absolutely ashamed as a father.
I'm sure it's perfectly normal for a boy his age to be naughty like that. I mean, even I ran around outside of town when I was young.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be a girl?
Ha! You're certainly full of energy as usual. And this is Scherazard, if I remember correctly, right?
Looking down at his
He's
hand.
pretending not to recognise her because they've made love.
They're having, and they am currently embarking on a passionate affair.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. We'd like to cross over into the Boza region, so we were wondering about getting a pass.
Let me guess. This has something to do with the Linda, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Estelle explains that Cassius was aboard the missing airliner.
Goodness, Cassius was aboard. This is major. I'll issue you a pass right away.
There it is.
Thank you, sir. But is it alright if you issue us a pass just like this?
What are you talking about? I know you kids by face. As a member of the Royal Army, I should do my best to cooperate with the Bracer Guild. Oh, but one other thing. Be careful if you have any errands at the Hatton Gate north of here. You might want to hide your identities as bracers there.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I can't say any more about the matter. But if you do intend to investigate the incident, please do so with discretion. I pray to Adios for Cassius' safe return.
He issued the pass so quickly because he can't say no to Scherazard.
But if you intended blah blah blah, I wasn't sure if you could like rest here.
They have enough beds.
Yeah.
Jeez. And
That's
Scherazard
right.
doesn't mind sharing.
Sharing. Hello there. Were you headed for Boza?
We are, but how did you know we weren't just visiting again?
Well, a number of people like yourselves have been passing through lately. Exponentially more than usual. I've got a chart.
Is that because flights have been suspended in the airspace over Boza?
That's exactly what's happened. You wouldn't believe how busy this place is because of it.
Well, the Royal Army is responsible for all the restricted flights. So, you're really not in a position to complain.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Oh, and another thing. Traffic through this checkpoint is also being regulated. If you want to go through here, you'll have to get a pass from the Chief Warrant Officer next door. That's what CWO stands for.
Ah. Oh, we've already got one.
Well, aren't you guys prepared? Okay then, how about I open the gate for you?
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy. I was wondering how you was going to open it from there.
Orbments. The orbment-powered gate screeched to a halt as I stood with the bag on my shoulder and then on a different shoulder.
I knew from the sound that it was moving to the side.
Alright, you're clear to go on through. Once you cross over, you won't be able to come back unless you get a pass from the other side. Please be aware of that before you cross.
Got it! Whoa, they have very strictly controlled borders here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's all the time or if it's just at the moment.
Oh, right. Maybe they lock it down or something if there's an incident.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the squad.
Let's
A thing.
fight it. A mad roper.
Oh, wow. Absolute mad roper. Yeah.
Yeah. What am I doing not having it on turbo?
You just wanted to appreciate.
The tentacled roper. The mad roper. Sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a crab boy. A halo mole. Hello, mole.
Hello.
Flaky potato.
Mm.
What's the north? Nebel Valley.
Nebble.
Oh, let's have a look where we are actually.
Ah. Oh, you could go to the Royal Academy.
Oh yeah, it's down in Rouen.
Yeah, and be... Oh, there's the Mercia Orphanage.
Mm-mm.
That's one of the northern Saxon kingdoms, isn't it? Mercia.
I think so, yeah. Oh, Elmo is down there.
Oh, sweet.
That's where he lives.
Elmo's World. Oh, Carnelia Tower. That book we were reading was called Carnelia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And what a rip-roaring read it was. His slow drawl.
Seems
Over there, Toby. I'm gonna give a character that voice. It's gonna be a main character.
It's gonna be Estelle. Her voice just suddenly changed.
Joshua.
Ooh, it's a snack.
That's like the opposite of Estelle's vibe.
Estelle's a fast girl. Although not, like, fast.
No, that's Schera. Apparently. What's that headed this way? Ah. Choo choo. Oh, it's a car, isn't it?
Oh god, what the hell is this guy's voice going? Well, if it isn't Scherazard, how have you been? Whatever. Whatever he said.
Fine. I haven't seen you in a while either. What are you up to?
As you can see, I'm doing an escort job. I'm an escort. I'm sure you've heard about all the airliners being grounded after the Linda incident, right? Because of that, we have to move all this cargo to the Royal City by ground transport.
I see. Well, your efforts are appreciated.
So how about yourself? What are you doing with these youngsters? Don't tell me you're looking into the incident.
That was the plan. Why? Do you know something we should be aware of?
Well, I think it would be best if you spoke with Lugren about it at the Boza branch. Anyway, I've got to get going. Catch you later. I think his accent changed with every speech bubble that came up. He's
That's
a master of
his thing.
disguise.
That's his deal.
Hmm.
First Mr. Ashton, now him. Everyone keeps hinting at something, but no one will just come out and say it. I wonder what's up.
Well, there must be a good reason for it, and we'll probably find our answers at the Boza branch.
Agreed. If we do as he suggests and ask Lugren about it, we may just get a clue as to what's been going on. Anyway, let's get moving. Lugren.
Lugren, the King of Lions.
No. Luke Pan, the ship of lions.
I have to say, I'm really appreciating that these things don't just run at me.
It's nice of them. Thanks, Snacks.
Just some considerate snacks.
Good guy, Snack. Boop. Some more.
Come on now.
It's a moment.
seems you came up short.
It's Hans Moleman.
Oh, who's that?
He's a secondary character in The Simpsons. He's one of the the old people. We're very early in our viewing of The Simpsons, and he hasn't come into his own yet.
Okay.
He's one of the secondary characters that they really develop later on. Come on now. I think this happened before, and it turned out to be okay. But I also think it happened before and wasn't. So
We've had some mixed experiences.
yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh? Oh, off you.
I'm gonna save immediately after this fight.
Oh, that was a relief though.
Yeah. No, we're dropping frames like mad. I don't know why.
We didn't deserve those frames. Those frames were too sexy. It's because Scheherazad's there.
Oh, yeah, that must be it. Hang on, is there something running on the laptop that shouldn't be? Oh, there is, actually.
Oh, okay.
That explains it. There's normally a bunch of like background processes that I turn off before we start streaming, but I must have forgotten this time.
Okay. It's a tentacle thing. I can't believe Linda's gone missing. I don't know if I even know anyone called Linda.
Weirdly, there is like a tertiary character called Linda much later in the series.
Oh.
I assume she was named after the airliner.
Is it spelt the same?
Yep.
Oh, right. Probably then. Or maybe it's just a name that is like reasonably common. Is it useful having Scheherazade as well?
Yep. Very useful.
I do find it funny how she has a whip.
Yep.
Just her whole thing is like being sexy.
I like how her whip does more damage than Joshua's swords.
She's stronger.
You must be nearly there by now.
Are we there yet?
Yes.
It's
I mean, well, not really.
Joshua, are we there yet?
Mm.
We'll get there when we get there, Estelle.
I don't know what Schera would be doing while they have this discussion.
Ignoring them.
Cracking her whip.
Hey.
That didn't hardly take any time.
No.
We finally made it here. This is the commercial city of Boza, which sits at the heart of the Boza region. Wow, this definitely looks like a city.
Of the 5 major cities in Liberl, this one comes next after the royal city. Compared to Roland, the buildings are all made of stone and seem a lot bigger.
Does anyone have any idea what that huge building is over there? That's the Boza Market. It's an indoor marketplace made up of various shops. Food, clothing, sundry goods, furniture, books, and so on. You can pretty much buy everything here with the exception of weapons and ornaments. It's not surprising that they call this place a commercial city. Man, I really wish this trip could have been for shopping.
Maybe some other time. Let's first stop by the guild and find out what's going on regarding the incident.
Alright. Just so you know, the Bracer Guild is just right over there.
I think it's red on the map usually. Yeah, here we go.
It's the next city when you start Civ after...
Yeah, it is. Oh, Scheherazade. You arrived a lot sooner than I expected. Yes, this guy gets my old man voice. I appreciate you coming all the way from Roland.
He's 37.
Yeah, probably is.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Lucren? Did someone tell you we were coming ahead of time?
Yes, I received a call from Ina not that long ago. So that means that these 2 kids with you are Cassius's children?
Yes, that's right. It's nice to meet you, sir. I'm Estelle Bright.
And I'm Joshua Bright. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm Lugren, and I oversee the Boza branch. Your father and I go way back. Please just call me Lugren, because that's my name.
Sure, we'll do that. That said, could you give us a quick update on the missing airliner incident?
Please, Mr. Lugren was my father. Call me Lugren. Yes, about that. The Royal Army is still continuing its search. However, with the Army's current restriction on information, no public updates of the situation have been made. Not only has the general public been kept in the dark, but the Guild hasn't heard a word either.
Really? Why not? Aren't the army and the guild supposed to be cooperating together? Well, that's the way it is on the surface, anyway. But in actuality, there's a lot of opposition between both parties on a number of aspects.
So pretty much what you're saying is that it's a bunch of jurisdictional disputes, right?
I hate to admit it, but that's the situation. In addition, General Morgan has gotten involved.
Did you just say General Morgan? Great. Now it really looks like things are going to be a pain. General Morgan? Who's that?
He's famous for repelling the Imperial Army's invasion 10 years ago. You should have read about him in the history books.
Amazingly enough, I don't recall the name. So, what's the big deal with this famous guy anyway? From what I've heard, he is not the biggest fan of the Bracer Guild. Hates bracers, in fact. It seems he even makes a point to routinely assert that there's no need for a Bracer Guild. Sounds like a real whack job to me. So, what you're saying is that we're not getting any information because of this general?
That's not really important at the moment. What really matters is that bracers are being prohibited from entering the regions they're investigating. And because of that, it's causing conflict with our other work.
We just came all the way here from Roland. If that's the way it's going to be, then it's time to duel it out with this general to decide who gets to investigate the incident.
You're talking like a crazy person, Estelle.
Keep your cool, Racer. There are other ways, such as the request we just received from the mayor concerning the incident. She's asked that we conduct an investigation from the guild side, separate from the army.
Well, that's encouraging news. It's an official request from the mayor. It'll be a great pretext for us to conduct our own investigation. I see. Well, isn't this perfect timing? Lugren will accept the mayor's request.
That sounds fine by me. But before you go, you two are junior bracers, right?
Yeah, why?
Junior bracers, so to speak, are members in training registered at various branches. In short, their performance is monitored by the branch where they're currently registered. And right now for you two, that would be Roland.
So, what you're trying to say is that...
We have to change our registration if we want to accept jobs here, right?
You've got it. Here.
Bureaucracy.
All you need to do is sign these forms to transfer your registration.
Sure.
Our names go here, and Estelle and Joshua filled out the forms.
Alright, looks like everything's in order. Junior bracers Estelle and Joshua.
They put each other for next of kin.
Yeah. As of this day at 15:20,
Took them 6 hours to get here.
your registration at the Boza branch has been approved. This means you are now members of the Boza branch. You can never go home.
So you know, once you become a senior bracer, you can do any job without being registered to a particular branch. But on the flip side, your duties and responsibilities increase as well.
Understood.
So pretty much we're still newbies.
Well, it looks like now I'll be able to entrust you with the mayor's request. The mayor's residence is near the west gate. You should go there and talk to her directly.
We'll do that.
Understood. Let's also check the jobs.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a monster.
Revenue monster.
It's long term, so we don't need to worry about that for a while.
East
Five.
Boza monster.
5 tender poultry. We might already have that actually. And another long-term monster. King Scorpion. Okay, so we won't worry too much about the monsters unless we have anything that takes us that way. In
Okay.
either of those directions. I think they're kind of opposite directions from here.
Nobody else is allowed to go after the monsters.
Nope.
'Cause we're going after them.
The East Boza Highway is the one we just came along, and Ravenue is to the west.
Okay.
So I suspect we'll be going that way at some point.
Good, good.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh,
No.
this is a nice place.
Yeah.
Fancy schmancy.
Yep. No other braces in at the moment.
We're gonna go to the mare.
Do we have enough tender poultry? No. Okay. Its leanness makes it a popular ingredient among women. Okay.
Yeah, because women can't get fat. That's not allowed, apparently.
What's this? Oh, that's the chapel.
Not this again. Please, Leela. This is my one and only chance. Oh my god, they're breaking up.
During the war 10 years ago, the city of Boza was reduced to a pile of rubble for the most part. However, the merchants at that time used their fortunes as capital to rebuild the city. And though they had been pursuing their own interests, they united as one. And then they presumably broke apart and started competing again.
And then they all fell in love.
Wow. They formed a union of love. Like
And
a marital
union.
union.
A union. They formed a unison.
What do you sell? Ingredients? What do you sell? Also ingredients? Just
Right,
a more
apple.
limited selection? You look like you're probably
Clothes.
books. Oh no, shoes.
Strager J.
Well, I know who wants some shoes.
I know who wants some shoes.
Actually, both she and Schera could use them, but not Joshua for some reason.
Oh.
He must have gotten some from like a chest or something.
I do remember, like, we did find at least one pair of shoes, I remember.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it was, like
Yeah.
some knitted shoes or something.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because we were wondering about knitted shoes.
Yeah. I was fascinated by the concept.
Okay. Actually, there was like an accessory as well. Yeah, let's get that. Who's got the lowest defense? Joshua.
Have a scarf.
Hmm.
Then the blood won't show.
Hmm.
I mean, you'll look great.
Confectionery.
Oh, floral jelly. That sounds tasty.
Hmm. Okay, I'll eat one of those to learn the recipe.
Tasty food.
It looks like a girl is running the confectionery shop now. Before it was some guy running this place. I wonder what happened to him.
He was the love of my life.
Hmm. Ooh, issue 2 of the Liberl news. Oh, and the first chapter of
Chapter one.
Cornelia.
Well, if you rude
How
not
could we
to.
not? Okay, so I think the division of labor is I read the Liberl news and you can read Carnelia.
Okay, sure. You can go first.
Gone without a trace! Where could it be? Yesterday afternoon, the airliner Linda vanished over East Boza airspace while en route to Roland. An exhaustive overnight search conducted by the Royal Army yielded no clues to its whereabouts, leaving all parties baffled. In response to this incident, the Army has declared all airliner flights cancelled until further notice. Fate of Linda passengers unknown. The Liberl Orbital Ship Corporation reports that 17 were aboard the Linda at the time of its departure, including both passengers and crew. Family members of these missing persons are understandably concerned, but remain hopeful. Probability of accident is low, says expert. Central Factory Chief Murdoch proclaims, "Our orbital engines are sturdy and reliable. The chance of an engine failure is virtually nil. I do not believe an accident to have occurred. Rumours and theories abound. Was it a conspiracy perpetrated by the Royal Army and the covert mercenary force comprised of Jaegers? Perhaps it was a plot to kidnap the passengers and hold them for ransom. Some have even suggested the Linda came under attack by the last living ancient dragon. No matter what anyone may have heard, it's all just speculation at this point, as no real evidence has been found. The Royal Army is considering investigating a possible connection between this incident and the recent burglaries in Boza, but thus far, no information on any such connection has been released. In fact, no information has been released at all, due to Army regulations prohibiting the dissemination of intelligence to the general public. A policy that I'm sure we'd all like to see repealed. Crystal stolen in daring robbery. A group of unknown individuals recently broke into the Roland Mayor's house to steal a septium crystal that was left in his possession. Local bracers came to the rescue and managed to recover the stolen item, but the culprits are still at large. Thankfully, no harm came to the mayor or his family during this incident. We deeply regret that the criminals escaped, said a Roland Bracer representative. Who could that have been? But please know that we of the Bracer Guild did everything in our power to apprehend them and will continue the pursuit for however long it may take.
That must have been Ina, right?
Yeah, it's definitely Ina. Touring ancient sites. The Roland region and the Esmelis Tower. The Esmelis Tower lies a few hundred cells to the north of Roland City, along the Malga Trail. Its turquoise-green visage is the only real landmark for as far as the eye can see. Counting as one of the 4 tetracyclic towers, its purpose is still shrouded in mystery to this day. This exciting location is as old as Liberl itself, and modern research utilizing the latest orbital technology is expected to answer a few questions about this eerie structure, while posing still others. Wow, Niall really didn't get very many words out of that trip.
They cut it down dramatically.
Yeah, and they only use one of the pictures.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Carnelia?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. The Imperial Chronicle. I stood there, upright in front of the revolving door, scuffing the heels of my boots against the ground. Pulling slightly on the collar of my trench coat, I dropped my chin and gazed at my partial reflection in the curved glass. Apart from my short-cropped hair, I wore a modest-looking double-breasted leather raincoat and a pair of special-order steel-reinforced boots, both of which at first glance appear to be the most common of common apparel.
So he's wearing a big coat, boots, and nothing else. Just keep that in mind.
And a trench coat.
Yeah, a raincoat and a trench coat. So he's wearing 2 coats, I guess?
Yet they were, in fact, much more than the naked eye could detect. My ordinary, average appearance. It was of just as much importance today as it had been on any other day in times past. Not far off, the sound of footfalls echoed rhythmically like the steady beat of a pendulum swinging back and forth as the throngs of those coming and going moved quickly along the cobblestone avenue, enveloped and tinged silver in the morning mist. At times, the calling voice of a street peddler disrupted the steady flow. But as soon as the hawking cry faded away, it would resume its course. Each morning that I found myself setting foot in the Imperial City, I also found my surroundings to be unchanged and stained by the same somber tone of grey. Snatching up a magazine from the underarm of a street vendor, I tossed the Fumira into the left hand poised expectantly behind his back.
What a weird way of doing business.
Just how they do things in the Imperial City. The Imperial Chronicle, the magazine I read so often that even the ink bleeds were familiar. Roughly flipping open its cover, I scanned the headlines along the top of its monochrome pages. Then suddenly, my breath caught in my throat. At the very bottom of the local news page, I found those letters, that sequence of characters which I had not heard or seen since the time of that life-changing incident. My eyes instantly gravitated to the spot, and for a time remained fixated. Ein Selnet. The very meaning of those letters became lost to my senses as I stood motionless, my gaze fixed on the same line of text until it all seemed to coalesce into a single blotch of ink. After a few seconds of blank comprehension, my vision settled and I wrenched my eyes to the beginning of the article. As I began to read, my memories verged on a single point in my past, and then slowly started to run in reverse, heading for that fatal event 3 years prior when this name was first introduced to me. It was on an afternoon all those years ago, on a day not unlike this one, where the capital was overshadowed by its typical gloomy aura. I was a little younger than now, a 22-year-old boy who stood silently in front of the boutique door as usual, double-checking his appearance before lightly treading over to Micht's Imperial Factory. It was on this day that it had been arranged for me to receive a new job from Micht, the shop owner himself. Although he was a drab, middle-aged man, I, being the orbment enthusiast I was, had found myself as one of his few regular customers. I headed down a dank alleyway, and after passing through a partially rotted wooden gate, I could see the soft glow of the flickering orbal light just outside the entrance of the factory, whose structure was halfway below street level. I first began receiving jobs from Micht about the time when dissension began to occur in society over the 100 Days' War. It was during this period that relations between the Liberl kingdom and the Empire were at their worst, and the importation of orbments had become almost non-existent. Conspiring with underground elements and planning a smuggling operation, Micht made me out to be his accomplice in crime. For the job which I received by his hand was none other than that of the courier. Being nothing more than a commoner in my teens at the time I met him, and a juvie devoid of any connections in life besides, I naturally jumped at the opportunity without a moment's hesitation. I'm not sure what that sentence means. Yet, even after relations with Liberl had returned to some degree of normalcy, I realised I was in no mood to give up my specialty, which focused mainly on the delivery of stolen goods. The reason being, there was no job out there that could bring in the kind of mirror this one did. With an unrefined and inconspicuous appearance, I had countless times before hidden items of various sort in my hat and trousers, and made my way hither and thither between the borders of these neighbouring nations. And though to my delight my wallet had become increasingly laden with a bounty of monetary rewards, I had routinely changed my alias as a precautionary measure. So much in fact that these false names had built up quite a list over the past few years. I've been known as Phil, the frivolous, Rooney, the trickster, and even Chris, the coward. However, Micht had always called me by one name, Toby. This was the identity I had used in my initial job and the one I liked of all the others. Phil the frivolous.
It's my next D&D character.
It'd be great. What class would he be?
Wastrel. No, that's his
not a
background.
good bard.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Ooh, paring knives. New weapon for Joshua.
And you know, he can like carve up some fruit if he needs to.
Ideal.
The perfect combination.
Okay. Oh, it's Dorothy.
Huh? Dorothy, is that you? Whoa! Look at all the stuff they're selling here. I'm getting a kink in my neck just from turning my head to try and take all of it in.
She's so into her surroundings, it looks like she can't even hear you.
Dorothy! Wow. Friends.
I think this might be the mayor's house. Yes, this is the mayor's house.
Ah, whoa, it's big.
Various shops.
This is a fancy neighborhood. Whoa! Now isn't this a gorgeous place? Check out that crazy expensive looking chandelier.
Calm down, Estelle.
She's right. It looks like this is the mayor's place, alright. Now I just wonder if she's home.
Oh, do we have visitors? Welcome to the Bears and Mares residence. May I ask who you are, please?
We're with the Bracer Guild. The mayor made a request to the guild, and we've come here to inquire about the details.
Well, I have heard from the mayor that we were expecting. However, I'm sorry to inform you that the mayor is currently out at the moment. She has gone to worship in the chapel.
When do you expect her back, sir?
Well, let me see. Actually, I imagine her to be making a return any moment now.
Well, we're kind of in a hurry to meet her. Do you think it would be alright to call on her at the chapel?
Well, I'm very sweet of you.
Don't worry, it will probably save the both of us some trouble. But if you don't mind me asking, what does the mayor look like? Like typical wealthy person? Big hat with feathers in it? Dripping gemstones from every pore?
Feathers? Gemstones? What? How colourful. Quite off the mark, I assure you.
How would I describe her? Should I say she looks splendid, or should I say beautifully mature?
Turning a bit too clever.
Yeah.
If you can just find the right man, I can retire in peace.
Huh?
Never mind, I'm just thinking out loud. Ah, yes, this may help. There's a maid accompanying her. That might be the easiest way to find her. The mayor is being accompanied by a maid, huh? That sounds easy enough to find in a crowd of people.
Let's hurry and head over to the chapel. Good thing you've already been there.
Mm-hmm. And saw someone talking to a maid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, hang on. Before we do that. There's like a hotel over here. I'm curious to see if Niall is around somewhere as well. I assume he probably will be.
Just walk into all the rooms.
Yeah.
He's in the bath. He's having a shit. Excuse me. This is a private room.
Do you mind?
Is there a tavern? Maybe he's in the tavern.
There is actually.
I bet he's in there.
Oh yeah, good call actually. No, I don't think so.
Oh. I thought he would be for sure.
Yeah, what's this?
I'm a scholar specializing in living beings from days long past. I'm also related to the butler. I'm the subject of peculiar living beings. I encountered the most uniquely swift monster I've ever seen during a recent geological survey. That was along the road in West Bose, if I'm not mistaken. Having never seen such a creature before, I thought to capture it, but it was far too quick for these legs of mine. I'd best get some more exercise in my daily regimen, I surmise.
Oh ho ho ho! I don't know why he has a moustache and a French accent now. I just mean like he's a fancy boy.
Maybe he's in the restaurant. Nope.
Aww.
Too fancy for him, I suspect.
No, I feel like the tavern's more his level.
Yeah.
Maybe this whole place is too fancy for him. Ah. Oh, there you are! You're the maid we've been looking for. And you are?
Estelle, that wasn't very polite. My apologies. We're with the Bracer Guild. We're looking for the mayor so we can confirm the details of a job she requested.
Oh, I see. Please let me introduce myself. I am her maid, Lila. I see to the mayor's daily needs. Being served hand and foot, huh? The worlds we live in are really different. So where is the mayor, if you don't mind me asking? Didn't she come here to pray? She's playing hooky from her religious duties. Huh? I'm sure she's probably in the middle of inspecting the situation in the market. She took off after telling me to pray for her too.
I don't know how I should say this, but the mayor seems like she has quite a unique personality.
Haha. Well, doesn't she sound interesting? Even if she weren't the mayor, I'd be kind of intrigued. There is no doubt she's a capable person, although she does have a bit of an unrestrained aspect to her at times. Anyway, I'm on my way to meet her right now. I don't mean to sound impolite, but would you mind waiting at her residence? I will let her know you're there. I don't know how I feel about going back there empty-handed. Would it be alright if we just came along with you instead? Come with me to meet the mayor? Well, I guess it's okay. Let's make our way over to the Boza Market then.
Lila has joined the party.
Does she have a picture?
I don't think so. She hasn't properly
she's
joined the
not.
party.
Okay, she's just following you.
Yeah.
Whoa, this place is really huge. I wonder where the mayor is. Well, she does stand out in a crowd, so I'm sure you'll find her right away. Oh, just as I thought. The two of you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. Trying to force up the price of food at a time like this by buying it all up. You're not fit to be merchants in Boza.
Ma'am, we were just thinking about how to increase sales for the Boza Market in general.
I don't want to hear any more from you. If other products, that would be a different story, but making undue profits on necessities will lead to negative publicity for the market. Return those goods to their original prices at once.
All right. We'll do as you say.
Now, I don't doubt your passion for the Boza Market, but I want you to understand this. Commerce, when you get right down to it, is the established relationship of trust between people. And believe me, if you do business with that in mind, you can become wonderful merchants in Boza.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do our best.
Who? Madam? Lila, so you came, huh? I'm sorry you had to see that side of me. Actually, you did a wonderful job as always. But never mind that. These people are here to see you. Please come back home immediately. Oh, that emblem is... Could you be the braces I requested? Yep, that's us, but...
So, does that mean that you're...
Forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Mabel. I'm the owner of this market and the mayor of the Boza region.
Does seem a bit like a conflict of interests. But...
Yeah. This restaurant looks super expensive. Are we really going to have a meeting here? I often use this place for business meetings. The food is quite good too. I can tell you what though, I had heard the mayor of Boza was a woman. But I never imagined you would be this young. Based on looks alone, I would guess that you're only 4 or 5 years older than me. Actually, I still feel like I'm nothing more than an unworthy successor to my father. My late father was the previous mayor, and all I did was inherit the rights to the Boza Market and the political foundation which he set up.
That's a rather unvarnished self-evaluation if I've ever heard one.
After all, I'm just the daughter of a businessman, so there's no sense in getting high-hat about that. But anyway, would it be alright to go over the details of my request with you again? Sure, that'd be fine. Well, what I would like to ask that you do is investigate the disappearance of the missing airship and bring closure to the incident. I'm of the opinion that braces would bring about much more desirable results considering this incident than the army is currently producing. The reason being, we're not fighting a war. We're trying to find answers and solve a mystery. Well, I for one would be honoured. But don't you think you're overrating us just a bit? Just call it a businesswoman's prerogative. The fact of the matter is, an influential businessman was about to board the airliner that disappeared. In addition, if the Royal Army continues to keep the Boza airspace as a no-fly zone, business is going to suffer. And just when business had been booming prior to the Queen's birthday celebration too.
I see. So this is an economic appeal, right?
Yes, and it's something which I can't trust to be left up to the army alone. So, what do you think? Will you accept my request for your help in the matter? Well, we have our own reasons for wanting to investigate the incident, and we'd like to accept the job, but the army has been actively trying to exclude braces from having anything to do with the incident. So, I don't suppose you could pull the mayor card for us, could you? Maybe show the army who's running this show? Excluding braces, huh? This must have something to do with General Morgan, then. That man has disliked braces from the beginning. So, you know who the general is, Mayor Mabel? He was a friend of my late father's. Tentatively speaking, we have a passing acquaintance with one another.
How hedged is that? It's like we saw each other once.
I met him in a dream. So I may just be able to do something for you.
Meaning?
Leela? Is it Lila or Leela?
I would say Lila.
Lila. Yes, madam?
Lila produced a sheet of letter paper and a fountain pen from her pocket. She has pockets. And handed them over to Mayor Mabel.
I guess her apron has pockets.
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess this should be sufficient. Here, please take this with you.
Received Mayor Mabel's letter.
What's this letter for? It's a letter of request to General Morgan. It is to inform him of my request for information about the incident as the official responsible for the region. I think this should be enough to get some information out of the army. I see. But I wonder if that bracer-hating general will even meet with us at all. I think it would be a pretty safe bet so long as you hide your identities. You would probably be best served by saying you are messengers for the mayor. I don't know if I like the sound of that. It feels like we're lying or something.
Mainly because you're lying.
Yeah.
It's not lying. We just not be telling him everything. And also telling him some untruths. Since this is a time-sensitive situation, I think we should be practical about it.
I guess you're right, Joshua. By the way, where do we need to go to meet General Morgan? There's a fort called the Harken Gate on the international border to the north of Boza. You should be able to find the general there. All right, everyone, I'm counting on you. You just leave everything to us. If we find out anything, we'll come and let you know. I'll be looking forward to some good news. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. Alright, let's get going, shall we? The Harken Gate is at the end of the Ison Road to the north of East Boza Highway.
In short, we need to head out the east gate and then turn north thereafter, right?
Alright then, Harken Gate, here we come.
Wait, hang on, what's the north here then? Oh, is it the airport? Yeah, it's the airport. Okay, makes sense.
That was a lot of talking.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if our big scorpion is going to be around here.
Scorpy boy. Scorps.
They're normally just like just off the road a little.
Scorpo.
Scorpius. Hank Scorpio. I think this is the right way. Yes, it is. Oh, okay, that was easy.
Ah.
Hold it right there. The Hagen Gate is currently not permitting civilian passage through the checkpoint. Unauthorized personnel are not allowed past this point.
Sorry to make you waste your breath, but we are authorized to be here.
Estelle produced Mayor Mabel's letter with a flourish. This is Mayor Mabel's. The mayor has requested that we come and speak with General Morgan about the status of the search.
As you can see, this document is official. But if you don't want it to let us through, I'm sure you'll be hating life later.
I guess there's nothing we can do but let you through. Are you serious about this? Don't you know? Mayor Mabel is the one in charge over the entire region. You can't just ignore that. Guess you're right. Alright. We'll grant you permission to pass, but make sure you don't cause any problems. Whatever happens, never forget that we share a border with the Empire.
Yeah, we got it already. Alright then, let us through. Whee.
They have the same name, so they have the same voice.
Makes sense. There are no
Egghead.
Pierre and
Heinrich.
Heinrich.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do.
A Cressveld chick.
What? Really?
Yep. That's what it said.
Oh my god! Lady Edelgard. Ah,
Oh, tender poultry.
married Hubert today.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Beautiful times. He's not going to be pleased when he hears about this.
No.
Oh, are we done already?
I do find it funny that how Schera's voice is like.
Oh, sexy.
Are you done already?
Yeah, she presumably just says everything like that.
Yeah. I've actually been underdoing it.
Like, hello, I'll be coming to work a little late today.
Oh, a big bird.
Big bird.
Is that the mum?
It's a Cressvelg.
Oh! All for Lady Edelgard.
This big bird will serve Lady Edelgard well.
I guess it's an eagle, isn't it? Like the black eagles.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Cool.
Ah, some poultry.
I think we just need one more. Ooh, hello.
Or babies.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. That's how Estelle should sound. If Schera said that, it'd be like, piece of cake. Like the noises that Anne makes when she's eating in Persona 5.
Seems you came up short.
I'm just going to go to the shop. I need some milk.
Disturbing. Lots of burbs in this area.
It's a burb heavy zone.
Feathery area.
That's that then.
Might have gotten a little bit complacent there. Well, still heal thyself.
She did it.
Actually, she's still missing quite a bit of HP. Probably worth doing that again. I also forgot to go to the Orbital Factory in Boza, so I should do that next time I'm there.
Oh. Get some shiny, beautiful ornaments.
Maybe open some more slots.
I don't know about that. That sounds saucy.
Well, Schera will be there.
Oh, right, yeah, well then it'd be rude not to. The Sauce Queen herself.
Seems you came up short.
I couldn't even really hear what she said there, but I could just hear the tone like...
It's just so... I think she says, seems you came up short.
Oh, all her lines sound like... I shouldn't be so mean. This is the Harken Gate. It's freaking huge. Of course it's huge. It acts as the sole entrance to the Empire and is the rampart that protects Liberl from foreign threats. After it was destroyed in the war 10 years ago, a much more robust wall was built in its place. Standard military reaction. Bigger equals better. Which means that beyond this point is no longer Liberl.
Yeah. It's a territory of the Erebonian Empire, which stands beneath the emblem of the Golden Stallion.
The Erebonian Empire.
Well, enough staring for one day. Let's go meet with General Morgan. There are some barracks right there to the side of the gate. Maybe we'll find him in there.
Okay, let's go. Before that, I want you to remove those bracer emblems you've got pinned on your chests. Things won't be pretty if General Morgan sees those. Oh, I forgot all about that.
Estelle and Joshua reluctantly remove their bracer emblems.
Somehow I feel all weird doing this.
It's mostly just because Schera's staring at her and being like,
Yeah.
The
Take
chest.
it off your chest. Yeah. Yeah, there's something that just doesn't feel right about this.
Don't worry. That's proof you've started adjusting to being a bracer.
oh, there's like a secret bit here. And there's nothing there. Cool.
It's just a little grotto.
Oh, it says Erebonian border, Harken Gate. Cool.
Estelle has no idea what the Erebonian Empire is, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I got
assumed.
from that exchange.
What a surprise. This is my first time eating Liberl's cooking, but it was rather delectable. I'm glad you liked
It's
it.
Nolan!
If you head to town, there's a number of other places where you can eat great Liberl cooking as well. You can enjoy this trip. You enjoy this trip of yours, alright? That I will do, believe me. If this is the kind of food I can get in a border dive like this, then I truly am in for a feast elsewhere in this land.
Rude.
Well, excuse me for having my bar here in the outskirts of the country. Before you go feasting on the finer things, how about a glass of wine? I know it's not high end exactly, but the taste is worth the price. Well then, maybe I will.
Do you think this guy is...
He looks like a traveller from the Empire, if you ask me.
It might be the way that he was talking about this as if it was a different country to the one he was used to. And the fact that we're on the border with the Empire. But I don't know. Oh, wait. I thought he was sat down, but he might not have been.
He is sat down.
Oh. Oh, right, okay. I thought he was, like, slumped on the floor for a second. And I was like, wow, the wine was really good.
That was just one glass as well. I'm thinking about visiting the Empire. Doesn't look like anyone's here to fill out the necessary paperwork for leaving the country, though. Well, it doesn't really matter to me since I just live my life on a whim. In fact, the only reason I decided to travel to the Empire is, well, because it occurred to me.
This absolute madman.
He's a travel vlogger. How in the world did you guys get through? The barricade hasn't been lifted on the Eisen Road yet.
We came here on an errand for Mayor Mabel from Boza. Do you think you could get us in to see General Morgan?
Joshua explained what the mayor requested without disclosing his identity. Well, that's understandable. In that case, I could definitely get you in to see the general. But unfortunately, he's out at the moment. He's actually spearheading a number of searches right now.
It looks like our timing was bad. You don't happen to have an idea of when he might return, do you?
I think he'll be back sometime today. There's a bar in that rest stop over there, so why don't you wait there for him? I'll let you know when he gets back.
The bar? You mean the place you were just at? Why is there a bar in a place like this anyway?
I really like how the dialogue changes based on whether or not you've spoken to particular people ahead of like story events.
Obviously, because this is the border of the Empire. What, are you stupid?
Border bar.
The screening process for those entering and leaving the country is really strict. So there are a lot of travellers who have to wait quite a bit.
That makes a lot of sense. In that case, it's understandable that you would need facilities like an inn and a bar.
Well then, we'll take you up on your suggestion and wait over at the bar. It's like the departure lounge of an airport.
Yeah.
Except there are no airport air travels.
Yeah. Do I need to talk to Nolan or do I need to talk to this lad again?
Good day, and welcome to our humble establishment at the outskirts of Borza. Since this is a bar, we've got wine to drink and food to eat. Just don't expect anything too elaborate.
I assume he's looking at this guy the whole time.
That guy looks familiar.
Good day to all my fine friends.
You appear to be citizens of Liberl, but may I ask you if you're travelling to the Empire?
Nope, we're just here on an errand. We're not travelling to the Empire.
You appear to be a citizen of Erebonia yourself. What about you? Are you here to visit the Liberl Kingdom?
I'm glad you asked. I am indeed a visitor in Liberl, both for work and for pleasure.
Oh my god, Schera's met her match.
And you? You say you're running an errand, but I can see your true colours. I know exactly who you are.
Who are we?
Indeed. You're bracers, no?
How do you know? We removed our bracer emblems. Wait, are you trying to tell us that you're in the same profession?
It's true that there are guild branches in the Empire, but actually, I'm not a bracer. I just know...
Just abrasive.
Yeah. I just know several people in the guild, that's all. And there's an air about you that reminded me of them, so I just thought I'd ask.
Those are some excellent deductive reasoning skills you've got. I don't think an amateur could have picked us out of a crowd like that. Are you sure you're a traveller?
Please don't look at me with such suspicious eyes. Those cold, flickering eyes of amber, just like a glass of exquisite brandy. You just make me want to kiss you and hold you in my arms. What?
You're a bold one, aren't you? Wait a minute, you. Are you one of those men who likes other boys?
I just can't help myself when I see something beautiful standing before my eyes.
He's like a young, hot Duke Oliver. Oh my god.
Daughters of serenity, sons of elegance, supernal melodies and cleansing landscapes, masterpieces and stories to move the soul. And last but not least, the most exquisite in food and drink. For things such as these are those which pique my interest.
So you're a pervert, just like I thought. Estelle's homophobic. Yep. Definitely a pervert.
Schera, more of an approving way.
Yeah.
I imagine. How dreadful it is that genius is misunderstood in every generation. I feel as if my delicate glass heart is about to be broken. You, with your magnificent black hair, please comfort me in my time of need. I'm going to have to pass.
Aww.
You've already scarred me for life as it is.
I've heard strange conversations in my day, but this one is worth remembering. The look on that kid's face.
My favourite type of discussion is homophobia versus harassment.
I like it when people are uncomfortable in my establishment.
He's worked hard to cultivate that vibe.
Hey, you three!
Oh, it's the soldier from earlier.
The general has just returned. I just spoke with him about the matter, and he said he'll meet you now.
Really?
Yes, so come to the barracks with me immediately. I'm not waiting for you.
Wow, that was much quicker than I thought.
Yeah, now at least maybe we'll be able to find out what's going on.
Okay, then let's be off, shall we?
Sir? Excuse me? What are you following us around for? Your timing is excellent. You didn't miss a beat in exiting behind us. It seemed almost natural. Scarily so.
You noticed? Everything about you all just seemed so interesting, I thought I'd take a gander. Please, don't mind me. Carry on, my good gent and mademoiselles.
Of course we're going to mind. Now get, you! Shoo! Shoo!
Scrooge.
I don't
Apparently
understand that reference.
a Christmas Carol exists in this universe. Who was that guy? Seriously, what was his deal?
He's not normal, that's for sure. Getting rid of that weirdo was probably better not only for ourselves, but a service for the world at large too. Now let's hurry and meet with the general. I feel like there were better ways to deal with that situation in everyone's.
I could hear some arguing. Was there some sort of problem with another traveller?
No, nothing like that. That aside, could you let us in to meet with the general?
Yeah, he's inside. His office is the last door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around in other places where you're not permitted. I'll just stay here. Bye.
So obviously I'm going in everywhere. No, please go
I was
ahead.
supposed to be off duty today, but then we received an order to maintain ready status here in the fort. We'll just take it in turns.
Yeah, sure.
Until we get to the general, I guess. Ooh, beds.
I was involved in the search for the missing airliner until late last night, so I'm dead tired.
Ooh, can I read this? Nope.
Nothing to see here.
The end of the hall on the left. It looks like this is the general's room. Let's investigate all the other doors first.
Perfect.
That one's locked.
Break in. Kick it down, Estelle. I know you want to. Because of what happened 10 years ago, all the guards here are very tense. I hope we never have another breach of this gate by the Imperial Army.
Everyone's very chill with them just being up here.
The border is always confronted with threats from the Empire. Therefore, we must be extremely prudent in our actions, whatever we do. Otherwise, it could possibly give them a pretext to invade again.
Okay, there's not that much interesting in here. Let's go see the general.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure does.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Are you here on behalf of Mayor Mabel?
That's right.
Very well. Come inside.
Thank you for seeing us.
I like how much you've embraced the making everything saucy thing.
It's important.
I'm glad that you came. My name's Morgan. I've been tasked with guarding the Harken Gate by Her Majesty Queen Alicia.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Mabel.
Please pardon our intrusion during such a busy time.
There's no need to apologise.
I've known Mabel since she was but a child. Well, I say that. We have a sort of tentative passing acquaintance, I think. Just about. I couldn't imagine ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor.
Alright then. Would you please read this first?
The letter?
So it's about the missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information will be strictly confidential. But, considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know.
Sweet!
Huh? Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you?
Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut.
The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we want to do anything we can to assist her.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear she's been blessed with some good people around her. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts.
Not that those shitty braces. Braces.
Don't get me started on braces.
Please do.
They smell. The airliner Linda disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Boza landing port. Presently we have units searching all areas of the region, but we have yet to come up with anything.
So what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? If an airship of that size had crashed, it likely would have been discovered in the initial search efforts.
Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route between Boza and Roland goes over some plains that allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valeria Lake or the ocean is extremely low.
Boy, am I relieved that it's probably not a worst case scenario like that. So if those have been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motives must be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages.
In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army.
And that would have been really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General?
I was just thinking that that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. We also considered the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we have enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An international incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war.
War?
But thanks to the small mercies of Adios, the possibility for another conflict disappeared early this morning. A certain organization sent a letter to the royal family and Orbital Ship Company, claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. This organization goes by the name of the Capua family.
The Capua family? It couldn't be who I think it is, could it?
Certainly appears to be that way.
The Sky Bandits who have been operating the shadows in the Boza region and are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them.
Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. I just can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Boza.
Estelle!
Oops.
You had a run-in with them in Roland. I had heard that some of their gang had shown up in the Roland region, but
I think he's on to us. Yeah, because of you and your big mouth.
I see now. I thought the way you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere civilians, but I never would have guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers. I can't believe they let girls in. They're going to get cooties. The whole organization is infested with cooties.
Who are you calling kids?
Just for the record, Mayor Maybell did in fact request that we come here and talk to you.
Silence, deceivers! Get in here, men!
He looks pretty pissed. So this is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh?
What's the matter, General?
Did these visitors try and pull anything funny?
These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately. Okay, here it is.
Just what is your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs.
You're no different. Hiding your identity so you can try and finagle some information out of me. It's because you pull underhanded actions like that that bracers can't be trusted.
Just where do you get off calling it finagling? It's your own fault since you didn't share information with the guild to begin with.
Nonsense. Who in their right mind would leave an information this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Mabel could have tried to pull, hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting in the way of our search party.
How about you cut with the crap, General? Why do you think we've had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, you military morons can't do your job.
What did you just say?
Holy cow.
Schera's really pissed, alright.
For the past few months, you've known about the string of burglaries which seem to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now, the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. Yet you've got nothing to show for it. No hostages or even the location of the missing airliner. Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom?
Silence, girl! The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim. Unlike a group I know of who didn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape. So enough with your insolence.
So you're really looking for a fight, aren't you?
How sad it is to see such discord.
Huh? Oh my god.
Strife brings nothing to be borne, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts. Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls. A gentle yet wistful tune to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your hearts to bloom.
He is a bard.
Brightly shooting stars leaving trails in the skies. Like a guiding light they show me the way to your eyes. That doesn't scan at all. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain. And the cruel moon mocks my pain. Oh God, this fleet shall never be.
When's the drop coming?
A single wound will remain in my heart for all to see. This does not scan at all.
Stop it, this is the hardest tune to hit the Boza region in decades. Our passionate first and final kiss.
Your tears to me are an amber bliss.
Oh no.
Let us immure this eternal love.
I just assume Arabonia is all bisexuals now. It's bisexuals all the way down. Right at the very heart of the state.
It looks like you all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby.
That was an extremely horny song.
I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with their reports.
That's right, General.
I should get back to my duties. And make sure you don't let those kids in again.
He's gone off to shed a single tear.
Oh, and cancel any further checks on the travellers along the Eisen Road. Having these kids around any longer will just be an eyesore.
Right away, sir.
He ran away.
I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he?
What's happened to him? He went
Yeah,
all
he like bugged out. No matter which country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense.
You know, maybe we should get going ourselves.
Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information.
After we head back to Boza, how about we think about our future plan of attack? Oh,
Where are you going?
take me with you.
Wait for me! I mean, please wait for me!
You have a bod now.
Yep. Whether they want to or not. Let me
Isn't
try.
that always the way?
Let me try and introduce myself again. I'm Olivier Lenheim, a wandering bard and musician by trade.
Cold out.
As you already know, I am an Erebonian touring your fair Liberl.
I'm Estelle, and now wait a minute. Why do we have to introduce ourselves to you?
Easy as sell. He did intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Sherazard. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say, thanks.
You've got nothing to thank me for. I only did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, how about going out on a date with me for a day?
I'm going to have to pass on that. First of all, I don't have that sort of free time.
That's too bad. Alright then. I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute. What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor.
Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke.
Saying that makes you even more questionable.
Poor Estelle. Now, wait just a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date?
You? I don't know how to put this, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about taking a lesson or two from your friends here.
Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just what do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua?
Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are. Though I guess it's true, you are a bit lackluster in the sexy category.
Oh no!
Just
A whole new
unexpected.
thread of roast Estelle.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we've got to get going.
Then how about you take me along with you to the city of Boza? This is my first time in Liberl, after all, and I'd like to request a guide.
Well, if that's all you want, then I don't mind. Schera, now just a second. It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway. Plus, acting as a guide is one of a bracer's many duties. Oh, alright. I guess we're stuck with him until then. But what if he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua?
Estelle?
Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny.
What is it exactly that you think he'll try? Please don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. I'd rather you call me a hunter of love. Even Love Stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either.
Are you right in the head?
So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for Boza? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now let us be off.
Who died and made you leader? Hey, wait a minute, you. I'm not done warning you about the grisly fate that awaits you if you sully Joshua's innocence.
We've got Olivier.
What if we kissed on the road to Boza? Just kidding. Unless... Oh my god.
two saucy legends.
I'm surprised that Schera wouldn't go on a date with him. Maybe she's just not into that kind of, like, preamble.
Yeah. Oh, wow. His, like, strength and arts are way higher than anyone else's.
Well,
and his
that's what you
defense,
get.
holy shit.
That's the power of love. Baby.
That's Olivier's style, baby.
Oh my god. The Pietro of this game.
Yep.
Finally, there is one. I mean, no offense to any of the other characters.
I mean, if there was going to be one, it had to be Olivier.
Olivier. I'm a fan.
Me too.
Bisexual icon.
Mm.
I don't like how the others are like, you are a perv because you like boys. But also, he is a little bit creepy.
He is a perv, but it's not because he likes boys.
It's just an incidental perviness.
Yeah.
He's got some, like, AR mate energies as well, actually.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does, actually.
Which is obviously an extremely powerful and extremely good energy.
99.
Just an Ayame looking for his Mine.
Aww.
Yeah.
And also his Hattori.
Well, yeah, you know.
Well, actually, who knows? Maybe he already has his Hattori.
Joshua! Nah, he's a still Hattori. Poor Estelle, though, him not wanting to go on a date with her. Everyone's just so mean to her.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? It's like the opposite of what everyone's like to a character in Fire Emblem Fates.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh my god, I love you. Oh my god. You're like the sibling I never had, except you are my sibling, except you aren't. Oh my god, let's get married. That's like the opposite of how everyone is with Estelle.
Especially her actual sibling.
Exactly.
What I think we might do, now that we're a 4-person party, I think we might go hunting for the wanted monster on the highway.
Okay.
Since we're right this way anyway.
Yeah, may as well.
And then we'll probably finish up the stream with that.
Yeah, sure. Oh, now we've got a beautiful bard. Hop. Oh. How exciting. How many slots does he have open?
Quite a few.
I didn't really need to ask, did I?
I'd also like to point out that, again, Estelle is using a staff. Schera is using a whip. Olivia is using a gun. Which probably explains why he's doing more damage than anyone else. It's just a gun.
He took seriously that thing where people are like, but what if Harry Potter simply shot Voldemort in the face? J.K. Rowling's a turf.
It's like the thing in Persona 4 where you've got like Yukiko with her fan and Kanji with just like anything that comes to hand, and then Naoto with a gun.
Oh, Kanji. Thinking about my beautiful boy. Schneen, no. Relatedly, Schneen is a beautiful boy. I feel like I've done a lot of talking this stream.
Yeah.
I think it's just because like, I don't know, I've been talking to myself a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately it has just worked out that way. Although now we've got like a gender balanced party.
Finally, the male representation that the world has been crying out for.
Right, where's this scorpion? It was a scorpion, wasn't it? Hang on, where's the person?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, King Scorpion.
Of course, how could we forget?
Oh.
Not just any scorpion.
Mm.
He's a king among scorpions.
Mm.
Maybe Olivier can, like, romance it.
I'm sure he'll try. Marry into the Scorpion royal family.
Oh. Wow. What a beautiful, beautiful,
Cool.
like, dream.
Hmm.
Isn't it just every, like, young Erebonian's dream?
Hmm. Hmm.
They, instead of that book that we have about that man with a bag and a coat, maybe they have, like, sexy scorpion fiction.
Well, I mean, that book is set in Erebonia.
Oh yeah, because it talks about, well, it mentions it, but it mentions the haunts. A
Yeah.
haunts mosaic.
It's, like, at least the first part of it is taking place in the capital. Heimdall.
Heimdall.
That's what it's called.
Okay. Maybe Olivier wrote that book. Nah, it's not horny enough. Maybe he's written, like, an erotic thriller.
Oh, probably.
Maybe several.
Hmm. They're all just about him. It's like a Lord Byron situation.
And then the bard's deft hands plucked the strings, and her heart was aflame with desire, and so was his and hers and theirs and everyone's hearts.
Oh wow, this highway is longer than I remembered.
And then there was eternal peace because everyone was too busy making sweet love. I think that's what it's like.
Hmm. Ah, here we are.
That's a king scorpion for sure. A large boy.
Oh look, loads of other scorpions.
Oh, those must be its relations. Its attendants, its courtiers.
Hmm. Ah, queen scorpions, of course.
Oh,
Makes so much sense.
it has multiple queens.
Mm.
Wow. Olivier's taking notes.
Ooh. You can get all of them.
With his gun. Wow.
Hmm.
What is the disadvantage to having a gun?
There isn't really one.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad you got him. It's a shame that his weapon isn't music, though.
Well, I mean, in another way it is.
It's true. That was fun.
Hmm.
Some jazzy beats.
Hmm.
Seems you came up short.
Hey. Let's go back to the city and then we'll finish up. I think.
Okay.
Just-
Yeah, may as well.
It's probably a better place to start from. I really like this music, by the way. I think it's called How to Walk in Liberl,
Oh.
which is also the name I have given these streams on the schedule.
Oh, okay. That's nice. I'm glad we've got a new friend.
Me too.
I'm shocked that him and Schera, like, aren't gonna source up together. Maybe
Well,
they are.
maybe they will.
They've both got their sights set on Joshua for some reason. Even though he's probably quite much too young for either of them. Although I suppose he's
Yeah.
not actually that many years younger, it's just like he's still...
I mean, he's quite
teenager.
He is 16.
Oh yeah. Guys, please, like...
Oof.
Oof.
Age gap. I mean, for all that I make fun of age gap discourse, this is quite a
Yeah, this is actually...
legitimate use of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Reading a cutscene. So this is Boza, is it? It's more urban than I'd imagined. That building over there is Boza Market, no?
Well, you seem to be quite knowledgeable. Are you sure this is really your first time in Liberl?
I was smart enough to buy a tourist guidebook before I left.
The Ingenieur's Guide to Liberl.
One published by your very own Liberl News, no less.
A guidebook? Do they really sell such things?
I don't know how to say it, but we live in a really convenient age.
Do you intend to go shopping at the Bozer Market now?
Yep. And after doing a bit of window shopping, I plan to dress up and dine out. According to the guide, there's supposed to be a 3-star restaurant in town.
Right, the place we ate out with the mayor. What I mean to say is, I guess this is the place.
The Anterose. Authentic Liberl cuisine. Or so they say. Indeed, no doubt this is the place. I'm quite looking forward to it.
But it's supposed to cost a pretty mirror if you decide to go with a full course meal. I'd have to recommend a normal bar any day over this.
Worry not, my fair lady. I've brought sufficient travel expenses. And if that's not enough, I'll earn more with my superb skills. Superb skills? You're not talking about your songs and musical renditions, are you?
Can you actually earn Miro with that crap?
I've starred as the main opera singer at the great theatre in the Erebonian capital before. If I remember right, I once earned 1,000,000 mira in a single night.
Big fat liar.
Alright everyone, good work. I guess this is farewell until fate brings us together once more. Adios, amigos!
No, it's adios. Dummy.
She's there.
What horror have we unleashed upon this poor innocent city? Is everyone from Erebonia a weirdo like that?
More or less. I don't think I like the idea of that being the Empire stereotype.
Huh?
What I'm trying to say is I think the majority of the people there are quite serious. I read in a book that their ethos respects the strong, silent type.
So what you're saying is that he's simply a weirdo because he's an artist. Now, just hold up there, Estelle. If the artists of this world heard that, they'd be less than pleased. Let's see. We need to report the information we got out of the General to Lugren.
And it would be best if we let Mayor Mabel know after that too.
So first we visit the guild and then the mayor's residence. Okay, let's get going.
Okay, and that seems like a good place to stop.
I love Olivier. Can we keep him?
I love him too. He's great. He's so much fun. He is like... I wouldn't quite say he is the bisexual icon of all bisexual icons, but certainly he's up there.
Wow. Well, I'll have to pass judgment on that.
I guess you are more qualified.
Thank you. I trained.
You've got the qualifications.
Yeah. I worked down in sexuality pits for years. I don't know what that means. Anyway.
Neither do I. I feel like Schera would have something to say about that.
She sure would. Anyway, so we will be back on Friday with some Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, starting Ventus's route. Then on Monday we should hopefully have some Persona 5 The Royal, depending on how I feel after getting my second vaccine. And we'll be back to continue these adventures next Wednesday. I want to
hopefully more Olivier.
Yeah, can we keep him? Anyway, we'll see. But yeah, bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye 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 bye.